Alrighty, it is the wee hours of Monday morning, and it's time to show up. I'm showing up. I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate every single one of you. Do the little YouTube dance. Like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. Got my jubileo. We're closing. It's going to be the end of the season in a month or two, and I won't be able to get this anymore. I guess I'll have to go back to drinking gin. But in any case, what I want to kind of work on today is I want to build a sprite for the groper, because I built a sprite for the player object. Now I want to build a sprite for the groper, and I'm not sure what I want him to look like. I kind of want him to be just like a guy in a trench coat, like a detective-looking guy. I don't know. I may have some modern-looking guy. I think I bought something that's that's like for Cthulhu Mythos games. It's just like guys in 20s and 30s style outfits. So I think there should be like a guy in a trench coat in there. I don't know. We'll find out when we go in and look. I would have been doing this video earlier, but I ran into this problem. And the problem was that, like, when I played the game, the arrows I shot from my crossbow were coming out, like, way far away from the player, like off the screen far away. Which was weird, but it was also like okay, because once I figured out which direction they were in, I could point in that direction, and the arrows would just like fire at me. So that worked, I guess, which was strange, but it took a while to figure out what was going on with that. And what happened was I was reorganizing my code so it would look pretty, and I put two statements in the wrong order. Essentially, I set the position of the bullet, the crossbow bolt, before I added it to the appropriate node as a child. So when I added it as a child node, the position got interpreted as a relative position, not a global position. And it just like it doubled the offset from the original location, which normally would not be a problem, but the origin of the level is up in the top left corner, and yeah, so it's like thousands of pixels away from where the player is. Rather a problem. Anyway, I just swapped those two lines. Programming is only three things: sequence, selection, and iteration. Whenever anything's going wrong, it's a sequence problem, a selection problem, or an iteration problem. That's what's going on. Or you told it to do entirely the wrong thing. Just not paying attention. Once again, most of the bugs you deal with are, you know, you were moving stuff around, you were fucking around with stuff, and you weren't paying attention, and you did something dumb, and if you'd have thought about it for 2 seconds, you would have known it was dumb and not done it. But because you didn't think for 2 seconds before you did it, you got to spend a couple hours going, what the fuck, after you did it. That's how programming works. But anyway, well, as you can see, I was playing some Starfield, and as usual, I was sitting in Neon and its underbelly, sipping
hey,
for Pomme.
Thanks for finding my sheets, Chief. The book. Wow.
There we go.
Later, Gator.
She's the greatest person in the world. I'm hopelessly in love with her. But anyway, let's bail out of that. We don't need to be playing Starfield while I'm doing this. It's been taking longer to exit lately, and I'm not sure why. I think maybe my save file is getting a little large. Please tell me that's something on my screen and not a chip. Oh, thank God. I will use this time to clean my screen. Man, this really is like taking a long time to exit. For no good reason. Maybe I will just let that take however long it takes and switch to the appropriate window. There we go. It has been taking a long time to exit lately. I think maybe it's taken a long time to save, or on the other hand, maybe, and this is just me speculating, maybe it's taken a while to contact the cloud at Steam to do the cloud save thing, because I do have cloud saves turned on, and it does say that the cloud is up to date. So yeah. That could be it. Anyway, let's jump over to Clip Studio Paint, and we'll open up one of our Sprite sheet thingies. Should be PV Sprite sheet, I think. PV Games characters? Yeah, PV Games characters. I also have a Master Sheets, which is a slightly different format, but I don't want to mess with that. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Besides, I'm not finished importing all of those. Okay, so we want to look at male characters today. Let's turn that on. And maybe the Archer. I don't like the look of the Archer. Elven Archer? Definitely not. Assassin? No. Battle Guard? No. Check the Beastmaster. Maybe we turn off the head thing if he's just that's possible. Okay, what if wait a minute. Okay, let's take a look at the footman first of all. Take his helmet off, and we remove his shield and sword. I don't even have the shield layer. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh, it's in other elements. Okay, so we'll remove the shield and sword. We just want him running around barehanded. What's he wearing? That's not bad, but yeah, let's pull that off, and maybe pull the facial hair. Do you want to keep the facial hair? No, let's pull the facial hair. We'll give him this gray hair. And these pants. Then let's see. Okay, so we give him this gray hair and these pants. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna duplicate the hair. I'm gonna drag it way down here to the bottom. And then I'm going to duplicate the, I'm going to duplicate his bottoms. And I'm going to duplicate the base. So then I will have at the bottom layer, right there, just over the paper, I will have all of that stuff. So let's go ahead and turn on all the rest of this. So we have that configuration all in place, and then I'll turn it off, hold it in, and from the mage, turn on the mage, and we'll pull off the head, pull off the base, bottom. Don't need the staff or the facial hair. We got this at this top. Maybe that looks good. I don't know. Okay, let's have a look at the musketeer. Turn off the mage. Look at the musketeer, and we'll go. What does his stuff look like? Hair, facial hair, rifle, bottom, and base will turn off. Turn off the hat too. Okay, so now he's just like a guy in a hat, or a guy in a jacket, really. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that top actually looks pretty good. So let's duplicate that layer. Drag it on down here. Like so. Now we'll turn everything else back on. Click. Turn off the musketeer as a whole. Necromancer have anything interesting? I don't think so. Rogue? No. We're using the rogue for the Witch Hunter looks potentially interesting. But let's no, let's not worry about it. Okay, so we'll take these 4 layers here, and we will we'll take these 4 layers and we'll copy them, and then we'll create a brand new file. Okay, that's fine. Paste those layers, take that layer and throw it away. And now what we've got is just the 4 layers we picked. And we have to take each of these and rasterize them. And now that they're rasterized, we can merge them down. Actually, we don't want to merge, do we? We want to start on the top, and we want to go. Okay, let's give this guy a edit, tonal correction, and on just this layer, we want to do hue, saturation, luminosity. So let's go. Pull saturation down a bit. Turn luminosity up. And then we'll moderate hue some a little bit. Liking that. Edit. Tonal correction. level correction. So let's do and then increase output. Yeah, that looks about good. And then we'll go to our greens. Shift our midpoint. Our output way down. No, I'm not liking that. Not liking that either. Total correction, brightness contrast. We want the brightness up a little. So we want the contrast up a little, like so. If I pull the brightness down. Okay, I like that. That looks good. Okay. The hair. We're gonna do a tonal correction on this, or we're gonna do color balance, because I want to give this guy some blonde hair. There we go. That's gonna read as blonde. And for the bottom, we're gonna do edit, tonal correction, and we're gonna do hue, saturation, luminosity. We want more saturation. Saturate that a little. Luminosity. Okay. That, yeah, that was good. Okay. So now we should have a reasonable sprite of somebody that looks like he would be groping you on the street. Okay. All right. So let's take the base copy and we'll do a tonal correction on that too. Tone curve. There we go. Down a bit. Migrate this somewhat. This should give us a paler complexion. Yeah, that'll work. Because these need to be clearly and obviously white guys. Alright, so now we can take the paper and we can throw it out. Now we can take the we can take all the various levels and throw them out, and now we can whack save as, and we can come up here to the home folder. You can jump into GitHub, scroll all the way down, go to Stop Groping Me, which is the old name of the game. Go into graphics, and we're going to do this in PNG format, and what we need is, oh wait, we need to go into the groper folder. We need to save this as pervert.png. Pervert old.png, and now we save a brand new pervert.png. There we go. And now we can jump over into Godot and we can see how that looks. We're re-importing pervert.png. Happens automatically. It's really kind of fucking amazing how well Godot just works and you don't have to fuck with it. So now let's build the project and we should now have stuff. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so this is the exact same thing that I did last time. So this is 3508 by 2480. And this is 3840 by 4000. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay. How did I do this before? It's 3840 by 4000. Why is it not 3840 by 4000? I mean, yeah, okay. So no. So what we've ended up with here is, what if we edit, change canvas size. And I'll bet it's lost all the data. Yes, it has. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to delete everything. And we're going to come over here and we're going to copy these, Control C, and we're going to come over here and we're going to Control V, and we're going to slaughter that, and we've got to do this all over again. Okay, but now we're 3840 by 4000, we're 3840 by 4000. Okay, that's what we need to be. So this is the same thing I got wrong last time. Okay. So we're going to come in here, top copy. You know what it is? When I did the Control N to create a new file, I didn't set the size properly. Okay, so yeah, so edit, tonal correction. Oh, we can't do that because they're not rasterized yet. Rasterize, 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 rasterize. And we'll go ahead and we'll start with the tonal correction on the bottom. We're going to do a tone curve. And we went, yep, yep. Give us a very, very white guy. We're going to go middle of that and middle of that. Yep, that's a white guy. There we go. All right, bottom copy. We went hue, saturation, luminosity, didn't we? Yeah, we went saturation up there, and we went luminosity down, like so. And then we went hue, to about there. Lower that, lower that. Okay, that looks about right. Now we're going to do the hair, edit. This one we did a color balance, so we could pull yellow down here. right, let's, not quite yellow enough. Let's go down here. A little more green, I think. There we go. Okay. All right, that looks like a blonde guy. Now we go to the top. We go Edit, Tonal Correction, and if I remember right, we did Brightness Contrast. Pull brightness down, about like so, and we push contrast up. Like that kind of fit with his pants, trousers. There we go. Okay, that was good. Zoom out. Now we will just control save that. And we'll jump over here and jump back into Gato, re-importing assets. Now we hit play and we should just magically have working sprites. Yes, we do. There we go. There's our groper. Now we got our gropers running around. Ah! I have no health remaining. There we go. Yay, victory. I can still pick up the gold. You know what I think? I think we'll add sound effects to the game on Wednesday instead of doing notes and intervals and scales because I fucked that up so bad last time. But we have got our new sprite, and it's clear. That's an important thing in any game, is to make it clear who the player is and who the enemy is. And this tree off in the distance there, and I got stuff off in the distance here. There we go. If I just move diagonally downward, I come to the tree. I move diagonally upward, I get back to the middle. Cool. Cool and good. And to start actually designing this level at some point. We're not quite at that point yet, and we got a weirdness here. Like, I can walk behind this greeble, but I can walk behind it way too far. Like, it's reading the middle of my character. So this is weird. And this greeble is not walk behindable at all. So I need to look into what the differences are between those things. I need to figure that out. This is a weird bug. I didn't used to have this. So I don't know when this popped in. I don't know when this happened. Probably when I changed the sprites for it last time. But this is not okay. This works. You see here, this works. I run behind the tree. I can run in front of the tree. Everything works fine. I run behind the bush, and when I run in front of the bush, hey, that's fucked up. I don't like that. That doesn't work well at all. So yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with that. Which greeble is that? Just greeble on ground 1. There's the other greeble up there. What are the differences? Let's take a look at the differences. Okay, so we take a look here and we go transform visibility ordering. Z index 1, Z as relative on, Y sort enabled on. Okay. Y sort enabled. Okay, so let's look at this other greeble here. The one on ground 2. And we'll go ordering. Z as relative. Let's turn z as relative off. And put the z index on 1. And we'll see if that changes anything. Here we go. Node with a higher z index will display in front of others. Let's turn that down. And then we'll come over here to the other greeble and ground 1, and let's turn that z index down as well. What's the player's z index? Player's z index is 1. Okay. Destructible, that's ordering, that's a 0. Okay. Let's try that, see how that looks. See if I've fixed it. No! So that's not doing anything. Okay, so if I stop and then we go, all right, we're going to take the greeble and we're going to increase the z index to 1. And we're going to take the other greeble and we're going to increase the z index to 1. And we're going to take a look at the tree because the tree seems to be working fine. The tree is on ordering 0, z as relative. Okay, so maybe z as relative needs to be on. Let's try that. Okay, we've got 0. Let's just copy what we've got going on there. Z index 0, z as relative on, y sort enabled on. And yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's see how that works. That's not doing it at all. Is it ever over top of the player? No, it is never over top of the player. Okay. So we've got... Okay. There's a greeble. We're going to try setting the greebles to position 1. Z as relative is off. Y sort enabled is on. Z as relative. Well, let's turn Z as relative on too. Okay. So stop. Now we restart. Okay. So okay. Turtle enemy spawn 9. Okay. This one is still not doing anything. The ground 2 greeble. Okay, so the ground 1 greeble. Okay, first of all, let's stop this. Start looking at the editor. That's the tree that's working. Z index 0, Z is relative on, Y sort enabled off. Okay, so let's copy that. copy that again over here. Hello? Okay, that's doing nothing. That's also doing nothing. That's doing nothing. Huh. Okay. All right. Well, we've got our enemy sprites. That's good. I don't want to spend all of this time debugging on here. I've been doing that for like 10 minutes, and it's not fun to watch. I know it's not fun to watch. I'm sorry for making you go through that, but I got that sprite together. I got that edited and put into place, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it works pretty well. So I'm happy with it. And again, do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And okay, bye.